I started hearing rumors when I covered both trials every day for 6 months long, each trial. And I started hearing rumors before the first trial about there was some type of nefarious connection between Jose Menendez when he was head of RCA Records and the Latin boy band Menudo. And actually the first person who brought it to my attention was a man named John Peduto, who had been Jose's personal assistant at Hertz Rent-A-Car and RCA Records. And every time I spoke with Mr. Peduto in the spring of '93, he kept bringing up that Jose was obsessed with Menudo and the singer Ricky Martin. And the first 2 or 3 times it just went by me. And when he brought up the 3rd, 4th, and 5th calls, I started thinking, okay, I need to check into this. And so that actually led me to do an interview with Ricky Martin in December of '93 in the closing days of the first Menendez trial. And I've never revealed what Ricky told me that day. He asked me to keep everything off the record. I hope that someday that he might consider going public with his story. But I always knew there was something there, and so I went to Puerto Rico in the 1990s and 2000s, and I made a number of reporting trips. I spoke to former members of the band, but everybody was off the record. The people who did talk to me on the record were journalists and other people close to the band. And so I knew this was a story. I knew there were potential victims out there, and I just stuck with it. And in the fall of 2020, Amazon released a scripted series on the history of Menudo that was produced by Edgardo Diaz, who was the creator of the band and the manager of the band. And suddenly, several members of, former members of Menudo started appearing in Spanish language media and saying that's not the real story of Menudo. But they wouldn't say, nobody would say that something happened to them. But I knew that was my opportunity to reopen the investigation. And I worked with my reporting partner in Miami, Neri Inclán, and we were able to find Roy Rosello.